everyone, I'm Gina from Fibers and Design, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a string heddle. A string heddle can be used to quicken up the weaving process. In combination with the shed stick, a string heddle can be an effective way to create a pattern and design. So let's get started. First, start by weaving a loose row of plain weave. Then between each column of warp yarn, take your index finger and pull the loop of the weft yarn. Secure the loop with your finger, maybe an index finger or 2 fingers, and continue this process for the next 5 to 6 warp yarns. This creates a small bundle of leashes. With these leashes, you can control the bundle that you create, and you can control a certain section of the warp yarns. Therefore, I encourage you to just have a few sets of warp yarns in this bundle so that it doesn't get too large and uncontrollable. So as you can see here, as you continue to pick up the yarn, you want to just make sure that you're checking the bundle and what it's picking up. You should be picking up every other warp yarn if you're doing this correctly. If you're not, you want to make sure that you're checking where you're pulling the yarns from. Once you've finished creating your small bundle around your finger, take the remaining yarn to secure and wrap around the bundle where your fingers are placed. As you can see here, I'm just passing the extra yarn around. I'm doing this a few times, maybe 2 or 3 times, just to secure each bundle. And with that extra little piece on the left side, I'm just going to use that to really tie and secure it. There's no real special way of tying this. It's just you want to make sure that those yarns, the warp yarns, can move freely, and there's enough space for you to hold on to it as you're weaving. So it's up to you, and this is just the style that I use to secure my knot. Just secure and make sure that you can move the warp yarns, and it's ready to go. You can also create a long string heddle by using a rod. So the rod would be in place instead of using your fingers to pick up the yarns, and this will make like a full action. So you want to make sure that that yarn that you're using is really long, and you'll be doing the same process. So moving here from left to right, I'm going to pull a string of yarn through and alternate between every other warp yarn. And I'm going to use the rod to catch the yarn loops. Using the rod as the base of the string heddle will help you manage and control the yarns a bit better. And it's up to you how long or wide you want it to make. Now just keep in mind that at the beginning of the row and at the very end, you want to just secure the yarns with a knot at the end of the rod. So the rod should have 2 knots, one at the beginning and one at the end of the bundles of yarn. The yarn loops may move around on the rod, so you could secure them by placing a strip of tape over the yarns and on the rod to keep them in place. It's up to you to decide how many string leashes, or if you want to use a full string heddle when you're weaving. As shown here, using a string leash can be very helpful for working on pieces or designs in a certain area of the weaving. It's easy to go between different leash bundles and weave a design. The other really great thing about using the string heddle or leashes is that you can use it together with the shed stick. When done properly, they don't disturb each other, and you can alternate between using both of them when you're weaving. The key thing to remember is that when you're making the string heddle, that you're picking up the warp yarns that are not already collected by the shed stick. I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you and that you can now use a string heddle in your next project or in a future project that you do. Thank you so much for watching, and if this was helpful for you, then please leave a thumbs up and please subscribe for even more weaving content. See you in the next video. Bye.